And the other thing I read was the attacks on Clint Eastwood. And I don't know about you, but I look at a man like Clint Eastwood, who is very, very famous. He's made all the money he's got to make. He doesn't need to make a name for himself. And he took time, and he's 80 plus years old. He does not need to take his time and go to the Republican National Convention and speak for Romney and Ryan to make a name for himself or to get a little bit more limelight. He doesn't need to do that. But this man, he came out and he made his views known, and he gave him the support because he really, really believes in him. And possibly because he is also very concerned about the direction of our country. And so the comments I saw about him one was from Michael Moore, who's of course one of our favorites. He said that Clint Eastwood was delusional. And the other one was Rob Reiner, who's another one of our favorites, and he said that he was embarrassing. So that's, to me, just a sign of a great convention, great lineup of speakers, the fact that the media attacks us that minute. The convention was wonderful. If you've never had a chance to do that, I hope that you will do your best to become involved and maybe someday go to a convention. There will be one in 4 years if you want to start working on it now. It is an experience that you will not regret. I sat down on that floor. I would offer my pass to alternates, and if they didn't, none of them ever took it, so I sat on that floor glued to my seat because I did not want to miss a minute of it. It was so inspiring, and I left that convention on Thursday night just feeling so optimistic and so buoyed about our chances, because we do have great candidates. If you have not listened to them, if you have not gotten to know them, you need to do so, because I went in as a person who was going to support the candidates, of course, because they were our nominees. But I came out somebody who loved these candidates, and I feel like we have a chance once again. We can take back our country, and we have got to do it. And it's got to start right here, grassroots. All of us have to do our part. And if you need a reason why, I would suggest that you just look inside yourself and ask yourself, what is important to me? Because whatever it is, I can assure you, they're trying to tear it down.
Let me tell you first, we're blessed to have Jonelle as our National Committee woman. Sitting on the Republican National Committee, there are 168 members on the Republican National Committee, 168. And you have 2 of them here tonight, Jonelle and myself. So if you don't think this Tea Party group has influence, think again. Okay? Probably the number one question that I'm asked from press when they say, oh, you're the chairman of the Republican Party in Arkansas. How do y'all get along with the Tea Party? I said, well, you know what? I can't tell the difference between the Republican Party and the Tea Party, other than the Tea Party has put a new bounce in the step of the old Republican elephant. And I want to thank y'all for doing it. Let me tell you, I became a Republican, like many of you, when there wasn't such a thing. I grew up in the strongest Union County in the state, Saline County, which is Benton. When my aunt agreed to serve as chairman for Governor Winthrop Rockefeller, she worked for the city of Benton, and I'll always remember she was so proud in 1966. She got a new Ford Galaxy 500 baby blue 4-door. She's an old maid. She was proud of that car, but she was campaign manager for Winthrop Rockefeller. Well, one day she went out and someone had poured battery acid all over that car because she was campaigning for a Republican. Okay? Well, we've come a long way since 1966, and I'm proud to tell you in Saline County this year, we have Republicans that ran, hello Senator, without Democrat opposition in the primary. We have Republicans who have been elected without Democrat opposition. Now let me tell you, the Democrats have been afraid of the bold new ideas that conservatives can bring to this state. And let me tell you, there are 5 words that we need to remember. And if you will remember them and put them on your mirror or put them on your refrigerator, this is within your grasp the next 60 days. We can save America and change Arkansas forever. We have a president that says we are endowed and leaves out the words by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. It's time that we get a new president. Amen. And there's a lot of people that are concerned with where he was born. We're concerned with where he lives. Amen. We're ready for him to have a change of address. That's our concern. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Endowed means given, granted, inherited by our Creator. That means God to me. Okay? We didn't even have second thoughts in the Republican Party about whether God should be in our platform or not. And we all remember that it was President Eisenhower that advocated and had it inserted in the Pledge of Allegiance, a Republican president. Okay? But it seems that that other party has forgotten what life is, and I believe that it begins at conception. And I believe that this party was born of life, whether it was recognizing life in the slaves of the South, in which whites did not see human life there, or it's in life of the unborn child. Not the embryo, not the mass of tissues, but the unborn child. Life. What greater thing have we been given by our Creator God than life? Amen. And liberty. Liberty is that freedom, that ultimate freedom that we all have, that doesn't infringe on our neighbor's freedom. And every time that federal government or that state government passes a regulation or a law or a tax or a requirement of any kind, you lose part of your liberty that you have been endowed with by your Creator. That's right. And the pursuit of happiness. How can we pursue it if we don't have life and the ultimate freedom of liberty? A statement I heard at the convention was teamwork. Together, everyone achieves the most. There may be a Republican candidate out there that just didn't quite what you want. But I'll tell you one thing, Ronald Reagan would vote for him if he agreed with him 80% of the time. They are friends if we agree with them 80% of the time. And I'll tell you this, when one individual has the courage to put Republican beside their name, and they're a conservative and they're in Arkansas, by golly, they deserve our vote. There's room in this party for libertarians, there's room in this party for Tea Partiers, there's room in this party for conservatives of all stripes. This is a multi-striped elephant, and I'm proud of it. The platform.
Yes, that, but also, do you feel the Republican Party at the state level, we're going to take over the House and the Senate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. More than one vote. We'll exceed 18 and we'll exceed 51 in the House. There is a revolution. It's brewing. The stars are lining up, whether it's Republicans or Tea Parties or Libertarians, conservatives, conservative Democrats all over this state realize what the Democrat Party is when they don't put God in the platform, when they take Jerusalem out of the capital city, when they condone and support marriage other than a marriage between one man and one woman. That party has left Arkansas forever.